Continuing to meditate now as we read from Affirmations for Self-Healing by Swami Ananda on service. Service is ennobling. It is a way of offering our human littleness into the great reality that is God. Service should not be given with the thought that one is serving people merely. It should be given with an inward consciousness to the Lord who resides in all creatures. When we serve others in this spirit, we find our own spirits becoming freed from egotism. Peace then fills us in the realization that there isn't anyone with whom we need compete. What joy to think that we belong to God. And let's affirm, I will serve God through others.
I will serve God through others.
And by my service to Him,
And by my service to Him,
release the hold the ego has on me.
release the hold the ego has on me.
I am free in God.
I am free in God.
In God, I am free.
In God, I am free.
I will serve God through others.
I will serve God through others.
And by my service to Him,
And by my service to Him,
release the hold the ego has on me.
release the hold the ego has on me.
I am free in God.
I am free in God.
In God, I am free.
In God, I am free.
A little quieter, I will serve God through
I
others.
will serve God through others.
And by my service to Him,
And by my service to Him,
release the hold the ego has on me.
release the hold the ego has on me.
I am free in God.
I am free in God.
In God, I am free.
In God, I am free.
And whispering, I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God, I am free. And silently, I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God, I am free. And please pray silently with me. All that I do, Lord, I do for love of Thee. Accept the flowers of my service to Thee as I place them on Thy altar of omnipresence. Om Shanti.
Welcome, everybody. Sunday service. And happy Master and Sri Yukteswar's Mahasamadhis that we're celebrating today, and we have already celebrated this week, all week, and that we will continue to celebrate for the rest of our lives. And this is a poem of Swamiji's. He's written a poem and he's put it in the Whispers from Eternity, but this is the first book that he wrote. It's called Songs of the Soul, back in the 1920s. And this is called When I'm Only a Dream. I came to tell you all of him and the way to encase him in your bosom, and of the discipline that brings his grace. Those of you who have asked me to guide you to my beloved's presence, I warn you through my silently talking mind, or speak to you through a gentle, significant glance, or whisper to you through my love, or loudly dissuade you when you stray away from him. But when I shall become only a memory, or a mental image, or silently speaking voice, when no earthly call will ever reveal my whereabouts in unplumbed space, when no shallow entreaty or stern centaurian command will bring from me an answer, I will smile in your mind when you are right. And when you are wrong, I will weep through my eyes, dimly peering at you in the dark, and weep through your eyes perchance. And I will whisper to you through your conscience, and I will reason with you through your reason, and I will love you all. I will love all through your love. When you are able to no longer talk to me, read my whispers from eternity. Eternally through it, I will talk to you, Unknown, I will walk by your side and guard you with invisible arms. And as soon as you know my beloved and you hear his voice in silence, you will know me again more tangibly than you knew me on this earth plane. And yet, when I'm only a dream to you, I will come to remind you that you too are not but a dream of my heavenly beloved. And when you know you are a dream, as I know now, we will be ever awake in him. The blessing of a true guru is beyond what our little egos and imaginations can perceive right now. A true guru, a God-realized master, an incarnation of divine love, a true friend whose only purpose is to free us in this lifetime, is a blessing beyond all blessings that we could ever have. They say in the scriptures of all three worlds, it's a blessing to have a guide, a partner, a friend, a helper in this earth plane whose only purpose is to free us from our egos and to help us to merge into God. Think of it. It's very, very amazing that we're here listening and talking and praying and meditating with these gurus. This is a blessing. Not very many people on this planet are blessed with this environment, are blessed with this satsang, are blessed with the true guru. They are blessed with the true guru, but they're not awake yet, and they're not aware of it. So they stumble in darkness. But we are aware, at least we are aware that we have our guru. And that is beyond what we need in this world, because he is with us every step of the way. Test it. Test it. When he says that he will guide us and guard us with his invisible arms, test that. When you're going through challenges, when you're going through life and you're feeling alone and you're feeling like it's too much for you, you're feeling that you can't get past what you're going through right now in this moment, the tests become very large and we become very small. Test it. He said he will guard us with his invisible arms. And how do we test that? We test it by going inside and checking and talking to the guru and talking to Divine Mother and saying, is it true what you said? Is it true? And demand an answer. And immediately your heart will become calm and you'll feel that peace in your consciousness, and you'll know that you've always been with the guru. He's always been with you, and you're not alone in this world. We are blessed. And then test it also. When you do something, say something, treat somebody in a way that's not something that's up to your standards or anybody else's, when you find fault with yourself, when you find fault with the world, when you're always in a critical state, when you're always judging, always thinking, well, this isn't right, and I wish it were this way, and why not that, and how come this person's doing this? Test the guru. Is he there? Yes, because he's talking to you through your conscience. He said he would. That's what the conscience is. It's our soul telling us we're off track. And so the guru is telling us through our conscious, come on now, you don't need to do that anymore. You can be in the light, and all it is you're a thought away, one thought away. And the guru will speak to you and he'll guide you, and you'll feel that in your heart, and you'll feel that heart closing. And then as soon as he speaks to you through your conscience, you know it's him, and you open up and you say, I can move forward. I can forgive myself, and I can forgive this world for being how it is. And I don't have to react in a negative way, because the guru's with me and he's helping me. He's giving me his grace. He's giving me the tools. This poem is really one to memorize, because it just shows us that, in our case, Master Paramahansa Yogananda is there every single second of our lives. As soon as we accept him in discipleship, as soon as we say, I want to be your disciple, as soon as we say that, the light comes in because we're open. And it's taken all of these incarnations and this lifetime to come to that point where we're going to open up to God, open up to the light, open up to divine love, and say, I can't do this on my own anymore. I need your help. Immediately, he is there. Immediately, these great gurus are there. Sri Yukteswar, also Master's guru in this life and other lives, and probably for a very long, many incarnations. It's a great, great, great guru, great master of wisdom, great master of wisdom. But he said some very simple, beautiful things, teachings. He wrote that beautiful book, The Science of Religion. It's very erudite and very intelligent, and he talks about the yugas, and he talks about the similarities between the Gita and the Bible, and he talks about very esoteric things. It's kind of, you have to meditate on it a lot when you're reading it. But the essence of what he was saying in that book, the way he taught, his wisdom, the two things that I remember most is he said, you cannot take one step on the spiritual path unless you have the love of the heart. Think of that. Not one step. We have to have the love of our hearts. We have to open our hearts to love. We have to be instruments for love. Then we can start moving forward in our path to freedom. Because at that point, we realize that love is what created everything, created our thoughts, created our bodies, created the nature, created everything in the whole creation. Love. Love is the power. And when you open your heart to divine love and you start sharing that divine love, you're free, just in that moment. And another thing he said that I say often and to myself and probably too much to everybody else, is he said, forget the past. Sri Yukteswar said, forget the past, forget it. You can't do anything about it, forget it, it's over, done. Forget the past. Everything in the future will improve. Everything. If you make the right spiritual effort now, everything. So when you're in the moment and you're opening your heart and you're letting go of the past and you're not worried about the future, but you're just in love. You just love Divine Mother. You're just accepting who you are. You're accepting where you are. You're accepting your tests. You're accepting your personality. You're accepting the family you've been born into. You're just accepting it. It's done. But right now, in this moment, you can open your heart to love. And everything from that point forward will improve. Everything. He didn't qualify it. He said everything. That means everything. So don't worry about the future. Be in the present. Be in the present and be in love. This is what the spiritual path is about. It's nothing else. It's not complicated. It's not intellectual. It's all of the heart. It's all of the heart. And those are just two things that Sri Yukteswar said. But what he really gave to us, what I think the greatest gift that Sri Yukteswar gave to us was the gift of his reincarnation, the gift of his resurrection, the gift of his leaving his body and coming back in his body, and showing us through his interaction with Paramahansa Yogananda where we're going, who we are, the astral world, the causal world, freedom, light, love, who we are as souls, the power of the soul, the power of the mind, the power of the heart, the power of love. When he resurrected, you should read that chapter. Read that chapter. I'm going to read a little bit now, but it's life transforming. And it's some of it, I think people don't read it because they might be a little bit over our heads. Let's just say that. But this is the wrong book. Just a minute. This is Sri Yukteswar's resurrection. And this is a gift beyond all gifts. And this is Master. They're sitting in Bombay. He's sitting in Bombay in a hotel room, grieving about his master's leaving the body. And Sri Yukteswar appears to him fully in his physical body. And this is Master saying, "Oh, Master, I was grieving so deeply about your death. Wherein did I die? Isn't there some contradiction?" Sri Yukteswar's eyes were twinkling with love and amusement. "You were only dreaming on earth. On that earth, you saw my dream body," he went on. "Later, you buried that dream image. Now my finer fleshly body, which you behold and are even now embracing rather closely, is resurrected on another finer dream planet of God. Someday that finer dream body and finer dream planet will pass away. They too are not forever. All dream bubbles must eventually burst at a final wakeful touch. Differentiate, my son Yogananda, between dreams and reality." This idea of Vedantic resurrection struck me with wonder. I was ashamed that I had pitied Master when I had seen his lifeless body at Puri. I comprehended at last that my guru had always been fully awake in God, perceiving his own life and passing on earth and his present resurrection as nothing more than relatives of divine ideas in the cosmic dream. I have now told you, Yogananda, the truths of my life, death, and resurrection. Grieve not for me. Rather, broadcast everywhere the story of my resurrection from the God-dreamed earth of men to another God-dreamed planet of astrally garbed souls. New hope will be infused into the hearts of misery-mad, death-fearing dreamers of the world. Yes, Master, how willingly I would share with others my joy at his resurrection. On earth, my standards were uncomfortably high, unsuited to the natures of most men. Often I scolded you more than I should have. You passed my test. Your love shone through the clouds of all reprimands. He added tenderly, I have also come today to tell you, never again shall I wear the stern gaze of censure. I will scold you no more. How much I had missed the chastisements of my great guru. Each one had been a guardian angel of protection. Dearest Master, rebuke me 1,000,000 times. Do scold me now. I shall chide you no more. His divine voice was grave, yet with the undercurrent of laughter. You and I shall smile together so long as our two forms appear different in the Maya dream of God. Finally, we shall merge as one in the cosmic beloved. Our smile should be his smile, our unified song of joy vibrating throughout eternity to be broadcast to God-tuned souls. I leave you now, my beloved one. At these words, I felt Master melting away within my encircling arms. My child, his voice rang out, vibrating into my very soul for a minute. Whenever you enter the door of Nirvikalpa Samadhi and call on me, I shall come to you in flesh and blood, even as today. And it feels, when Christ also resurrected, Lahiri Mahashaya also resurrected, to Ram Gopal and others. But when Christ resurrected, I think it's become more of a myth than anything else. People don't really, so long ago, it probably is a myth, maybe people made it up. And so you don't really get, you do if you meditate on Christ as our guru in this present life, but I think people have forgotten the power of that. And here we have Sri Yukteswar right now in our lifetimes, resurrecting to Master. Why? Why would he do that now? Why now of all times? It's because he wants us to know that we too have that power, that we too are children of God, just as we are not different from Sri Yukteswar. We are not different from these great gurus. Babaji's still alive in the Himalayas. He's alive, he's blessing us, he's harmonizing the spiritual vibrations of this planet. He's loving us, he's listening to us. He said, if you say my name with reverence, Babaji said this, if you say my name with reverence, I will instantly give you a spiritual blessing, instantly. So you see how powerful we all are. What we have to do is concentrate on God, concentrate on the gurus, concentrate on love. We have instant spiritual blessings awaiting us. And a spiritual blessing is a blessing that is beyond the physical and beyond the emotional and beyond the mental. A spiritual blessing is of the soul. And your soul and your intuition will feel the love of God, and you will be guided in every moment of your life, every decision you have to make. Don't downplay what these great gurus have brought us. Meditate on them. Meditate. This is a very powerful time. Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, look what he gave us. Look what Lahiri gave us out of the love of his heart. None of these gurus had to come. They were compelled by love. For who? For us. And for anybody that will open up to their power of love. We have what we need to get along in this world. We have what we need to go through our karma, to do dharma, to serve God, to open our hearts, to be magnets and channels of divine love. We have what we need. We have what we need. We can't do it without them because they have that power. They're magnetically drawing us to God. We should meditate on that. There's no separation between us and them. Just think of Master. He's here all the time. All the time. He's our guru. And you know, it's really beautiful in the path. Swamiji talks about the creation of the universe. And he was talking about how it all starts with an atom, with just a little atom. And that atom is, he said, maybe it's about 17 miles away from the next atom. And then over time, those atoms meet. And a flash of light comes out, and they have a little bit more magnetism. And then they draw another atom. And then they have a little bit more magnetism. And another atom, and another atom, and another atom, until finally there's a great mass of atoms in creation. And when there's a mass large enough, it explodes and becomes a star. That's a very unscientific way that I just told you about the creation of the universe. But this is the way Swamiji described it. And so I want to read this. He went on to say, after he described the creation of the universe, I think I lost my place now. Maybe I didn't. I did. I lost my place. Okay, well, I'm just going to talk about it then. He goes on to say that so it is with the guru and the spiritual family. If there's one soul that becomes united with God and the guru, your magnetism becomes so strong that another is attracted to this path, not to you, but to the energy of this path. And it's up to the individual to make individual love to God, to become so magnetic that you can become an instrument. We can become instruments for this light. And when we do that, we become so spiritually magnetic that other people will come and they'll want to know, what do you have that I want? You have bliss, you have joy, you have love. I want that. And then somebody else comes, and then somebody else. And this is what we have become a part of. We have become a part of a great spiritual family, a great spiritual movement of light. And for each one of us, if we take it seriously, we take our spiritual life seriously, we honor the guru, we open up to their grace, we do what they say. Very simple things they tell us to do. Meditate and serve. How hard is that? It's not that hard. We make it hard because we've let the world be our magnet. We've gone away from our center. We have let the world decide what we're going to do. We've let the world and society say, you're not going to do that until I let you go. This is what the world does. First get married, then get a job, then have the grandkids, then do this, and then do it all over again. I haven't let you go yet, because we are all bound by the ego and the world. But when the guru comes along, then he gives you that strength inside, and you'll be able to feel the love of the masters and God, and you begin to think, wow, this is so different from the world. This is not anything I've ever experienced before. I want this. I want God. And we begin little by little through meditation and Kriya Yoga and Seva to want God more and more and more. And we start thinking about God, and we start living our life for God, and we start reading about spiritual things, and our environment changes automatically. All of a sudden we have guru vibes around us, just like that little atom. All of a sudden we have satsang. All of a sudden we have a way to live our life that is uplifting and dharmic and fulfilling. All of a sudden, this is the blessing of the gurus. This is what Babaji is doing. You look at the world, and the world is completely going crazy right now. Wars and wars and wars, and we could go on. But Babaji's in the Himalayas. What is he doing? He's balancing the spiritual vibrations of the earth. And what does that mean? That means us. He's balancing our spiritual vibrations. Babaji's there. And he's saying, open up to the spiritual life, open up to your guru, open up to God. And you will see that I will create for you, and Divine Mother will create for you a beautiful world of friends, of success, of love, of joy, of bliss, of forgiveness, of happiness, all of it. But just do what I say, meditate and serve, and think of me. That's all you have to do. That's the spiritual blessing that Babaji's bringing. Sri Yukteswar too, Master too. This is what they brought. And so we are a part of a great wave of energy in this Dwapara Yuga that Sri Yukteswar talked about. Read the autobiography of the yogi again. I try to read it once a year all the way through. And every time I read it, I come up with something that is so inspiring to me. And I think, oh, I missed that the first time. This time it was Sri Yukteswar's resurrection. I was reading that last night, and I was so uplifted. I thought, that's for all of us. That's not just his resurrection. He gave us that wisdom and that experience. We have that. We're going to be resurrected someday if we choose to be. And that's the point. It's a choice. It's all a choice. And how much easier it is to make these good choices when we have satsang, when our devotees and our spiritual aspirants and our spiritual friends are around us, and they all have that same desire for Divine Mother, for freedom, for oneness with God. How powerful is that? Don't be isolated. We go off to our little houses, and we have our little jobs, and we have even, of course, you have to live your life and have your families and your jobs and all of that. But one thing you do have a choice over is that you don't need to forget God. God, God, God. This is what we listened to in the beginning. God, Christ, Guru. God, Christ, Guru. Jagdish just put this beautiful thing this morning on WhatsApp in the Bangalore WhatsApp, which I look forward to every morning. And I can't remember the exact words, but Master was saying, we should always be saying God, 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 no matter what we're doing, where we're going, who we're with, how we feel, what we're going through. We should always have that. It's such a choice, such a choice. But once you choose God, he chooses you. He's chosen you long ago. We all come from God. But you live your life, and you live a life, and you'll see that our families do become more harmonious. Our jobs do become more fruitful. The co-workers become more congenial because you're changing. You've made that choice. And then you also have, Swamiji used to tell us all the time, when you sit for meditation and afterwards you do your healing prayer for the world, said, pray for your Guru Bhais first. Pray for your Guru Bhais first. That we all stay in the magnetic love of God. That we're all together in Master. That we're all together in Divine Mother's love. Pray for people in our Sangha that are having a difficult time. Pray for that. And then you'll begin to see that you begin to expand your awareness that you're not alone. You have friends. And then when you need it and you need those prayers, you know your Guru Bhais are praying for you. It's quite beautiful. It's divine friendship at its highest. So pray for your Guru Bhais, pray for your divine friends in God, and then pray the different circles. But like the atoms, Master Babaji, Sri Teshwar, Christ, Lahiri Mahashaya, they are the star. They've done it. And we're the atoms, and we're all coming together, and we're all joining together, and we're creating a great, powerful wave of love on this planet. We don't see it because we just see ourselves as puny little dots of dust in the universe. What do? We do nothing but get up in the morning and go to work. Oh no, we are powerful beings, just like Sri Yukteswar, and someday we will realize that. But we have a choice. Don't let your incarnation go by. Don't just let it go by. And then at the end say, whoops, maybe I should start praying. Maybe I should start doing Kriya. Maybe I should start meditating. Maybe I should start being kind. Maybe I should forgive myself for my past. Why wait? Because what we're doing is just putting off what we want the most. What we want the most is bliss, is pure joy. It's attainable. That's why our gurus came. They wanted us to know it's attainable. Kriya Yoga, praying to the Guru, serving selflessly, saying yes to life, doing yoga, keeping your body fit for self-realization. All of these things, they're not hard, they're easy. But we just have to put God first, and then he'll tell us what to do. And then just like Master said in that beautiful poem, I will guard you with my invisible arms. And he is, whether we know it or not. Master's guarding us. He has us close to his heart. He wants more than anything for us to be free. Use his invitation. Accept his invitation to come to God. Accept his invitation to have more love in your life. And just do it individually. Individually. We have to make individual life love to God, because that's the magnet. One soul that finds God is worth a million that don't. But that one soul has the power to attract another soul. And you'll be able to share that love. This is what we're here for. It's not the job. It's not success. It's not any of that. It's all going. The end of your life, you're not going to take it with you. I promise. You're not going to say, oh, that house. Wait a minute. I want my house to come into the astral world. It's not happening. Have your house. Do it with God. Invite other people into your home. Meditate, pray. Open up your heart to the spiritual life. Don't just think you're here alone. It brings so much joy. Just brings so much joy to live a spiritual life. It just does. And even if you're having a hard time, give it to Master. It's going to pass. This too shall pass. Call a friend. Meditate. Give it to God in Kriya. It'll all pass. It all does. And then all of us will be dancing with joy, holding hands in the astral world, dancing together in freedom, in love. We'll know that we are awake. We'll know that we're awake in God. That's all that's lacking, is our knowing. That's all. We're going to remember who we are, and we're going to awaken God. And we're going to be so happy that we put out the effort. And Master's going to sweep us into heaven. He's just there waiting for us to choose him. So God bless you all during this very holy time. And pray to the gurus. Read the Autobiography Yogi again, that one chapter. And stay in the light, because we have a responsibility on this earth during this time to bring that light into this world. No one's doing it, not too many people, but we are. So take it as your responsibility to be kind to yourself and to others, to forgive yourself and others, to love yourself and others, and more than anything, just love God and be grateful that you are in his light, and that someday there'll be no separation. You choose God and you have done the right thing in this lifetime. So God bless you.